Hey everyone, this is Seth from BJJGearJunkies.com, here with our first review. I am happy to say that it is a Shoyoroll gi. I know we're a little late on the bandwagon here, but I did have to borrow this one from a friend because I did not feel like buying it off of eBay, even though there's like a million of them on eBay. So, let's get right into some of the points of interest with this gi. First of all, it comes in a nice bag that you can put your gi in. It's actually pretty good quality. I think it's the same material that the pants are made out of, and this is definitely the same bungee material that the ties on the pants are made out of. This is sort of becoming the norm for some of the higher end gis. You'll see Wano, they're shipping some of their new gis with a bag just like this. It's actually pretty cool, but to be honest, with my Wano gi, I don't find myself stuffing my gi back into this every single time. It's just kind of more for looks. I tend to use it more for other things. So just a word of advice, probably don't try to stuff your smelly gi back into this tiny little bag. But it is pretty cool. It's a nice piece of swag. It's got a nice logo on it here for the 7th Sun. And let's get right down to business and let's take a look at the gi itself. All right, so here it is. This is the gi top, and I'll show you the pants in a little bit later. So let's start with some of the main concerns that I usually look at when I'm looking for a new gi. The first thing I normally look at is if I have a chance to actually hold the gi, is I'll touch the collar and I'll see how that collar feels. This is a pretty stiff collar. I'd probably say it's a medium stiffness though. It doesn't appear to have any like rubber in the collar. I know some of the corrals have that. Other than that, it's a pretty solid collar. I would be pretty happy with it. It's not overly flimsy, as you can see the thickness right there. The second thing I would kind of look at is the overall fit of the gi. As you can see, this is an A2. I normally wear an A2. I'm about 5'8", 165 currently, and A2 usually fits me. Sometimes I'm in between an A2 and an A1, depending on the brand. I figured I'd be an A2 in this, and I'm lucky that this is on loan from a friend, because the sleeves are probably about a good 3 to 4 inches too long, which is just another reason why we need some sort of a standardization when it comes to the gi sizes. Because if I were to have bought this, I would have had to send it back, because there's no way I'm going to shrink the sleeves down, 4 inches. Other than that, though, the actual feel of the gi wrapped around me fit perfectly, and the length of the gi fit perfectly. When I looked at the pants fit perfectly as well. So that's just a little bit irritating to me that the sleeve lengths are so long in comparison to some of the other A2s. The next thing I probably look at, moving on to, I would say, durability, is the stitching along the seams. As you can see down here, this is, I guess this is really the only part of the gi that I seem to see any design work from the tattoo artist that was so bragged about, I guess. I don't know, like this was the selling factor of this gi. I thought it was I figured that this material right here, this cool little tape, would actually be more prevalent. I thought it would be, maybe all over the back here, the nice back piece or something, similar to maybe some of the Lucky gis. That's what I was expecting. I was a little disappointed to see that really the only artistic flair that I could come up with was the seam tapes, okay? That's a little bit of a side note. Back to durability. It seems like the seams are taped nice. You have tapes here along the bottom here, and you'll notice they have the nice Shoyoroll tape going along here. One other kind of cool point of flair is the same logo down on the left side of the gi as on the bag. So that's kind of cool. It kind of matches a little bit. You can see the Shoyoroll patch, says 7th Sun. Let me get a good look at that. See? It's pretty cool. I do like the colors, the black and orange. That was pretty nice. Let's take a peek at the back side of the gi. Backside, pretty standard, one-piece cut, so you're not going to have that seam running up your back. That's pretty nice. Again, the stitching is pretty well done. That's pretty much all I can say about the top. Let's take a look at the pants. Okay, so here's the pants. As you can see, it has the same bungee cord tie for your pant top. It does have a nice looping system across the top. I am a fan of this versus you know, just having to tie it around the front. I also am a fan of the bungee versus some of the older model gis. The only problem I have with this material is sometimes it is a pain to keep it tied in the front. It does tend to come apart easier, kind of like a thick gi belt does. But it is something you kind of give up just for the convenience. Like, you can throw this in the washing machine and you don't have to worry about it bunching up back in here. You know, it's going to cinch up nice every single time for you. It's got the nice Shoyoroll patch here. Reinforced knee pads. I was kind of expecting the knee areas to be a little bit thicker, maybe a little bit more padding. But again, you know, on my corral, the knees are usually the first place to rip out, so it is nice to see that they did do some reinforcements here. Again, you have the 7th Son symbol here, and we have the seam tape again. The actual pant material itself feels relatively flimsy. It does kind of look like a ripstop material here, similar to, I would say, probably like the Atama Mundial 7s, the nice ripstop pants, but it does seem just a little bit thin for me down there. Like I said, this one was on loan, so I haven't had a chance to actually roll in it a lot, but my first impressions, if I was just to recap this up a bit, as far as durability, I think the gi top itself definitely seems durable. I don't see any problems with that. It's got a nice stiff collar. When it comes to the fit, I think this A2 fits a little funky in the sleeves. It's a little long. When it comes to the overall cool factor of the gi, I like the color scheme. I think it's pretty sweet. You got the black and you got the orange. That works well together. I am a little disappointed though when it comes to the tattoo artist flair. But some people like a plain gi. It's totally up to you. This is just my personal preference. You know, I would have liked to have seen something a little bit more to really bring that idea home of incorporating the tattoo artist. So thank you very much for watching, and stay tuned for more videos.